Hello. All right, let me just share my screen and get started. Okay, so today we're going to explore wind, one of the most fundamental processes shaping our atmosphere and climate. At its simplest, wind is the horizontal movement of air, occurring on a much larger scale than the vertical air movements. While we do experience vertical air movements like updrafts and downdrafts on a small scale or larger ascents and subsidence, it's the horizontal winds that dominate our atmosphere's motion. Three key forces determine wind direction. First, the pressure gradient, which is the pressure gradient force pushes air from a high pressure to a low pressure area. Think of it as air flowing downhill from a pressure mountain. Second is the Coriolis effect, and this is caused by Earth's rotation, which deflects moving air to the right in the northern hemisphere and to the left in the southern hemisphere. When these two forces balance perfectly, we get what's called geostrophic wind, flowing parallel to isobars. The third force is friction from Earth's surface, which slows wind and reduces the Coriolis effect, or the Coriolis effect's influence. Wind speed primarily depends on the pressure gradient's steepness. Steeper gradients mean faster winds, and we measure wind speed in knots, K-N-O-T-S, with 1 knot equaling 1.15 miles per hour. Generally, surface winds are gentle, but speeds increase with height. The strongest persistent winds typically occur in coastal areas and in mountains. So let's talk about two important wind patterns, cyclones and anticyclones. Anticyclones are high pressure cells where air sinks in the center and spreads out near the surface. Cyclones are low pressure cells where surface air converges and rises. These systems create 8 distinct circulation patterns split evenly between cyclones and anticyclones, varying by hemisphere and altitude. Understanding these wind patterns help us predict weather systems and explain many atmospheric phenomena that we observe daily. Thank you for watching.